attempt on his life in 2017 that began in February 2018, when Malaye faced accusations of falsely implicating Edward Onoja, the then Chief of Staff to Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello, in the alleged assassination plot. The Office of Attorney General formally charged Malaye on January 31, 2018, claiming his allegations were unfounded at his hometown in Ayeturugbegde, Kogi State, week 39 of 2024, marking a decline from the 5 cases reported in the previous week. The agency said on its official website that the number of confirmed mpox cases increased, with 6 new confirmations compared to 3 the week before. Despite a rise in confirmed cases, said that the country has maintained a low case fatality rate, CFR, with 0 deaths recorded from confirmed cases in 2024. Public Health Agency noted that as of week 39, 25 states, 57 local government areas. NCDC explained the importance of preventive measures, including avoiding close contact with symptomatic individuals, maintaining good hand hygiene, and using protective gear when caring for suspected cases. In Abuja, a project called Deaf in Tech is revolutionizing the tech industry. A consultant specializing in diversity, equity, and inclusivity. DAY project is part of a larger initiative by Nigerian tech company, Data-Led Africa, aimed at bridging the skill and employment gap for persons with disabilities. The Deaf in Tech Lab, where the project is based, is an environmental
science at the university, and I've always had that passion to teach other deaf people, because truly deaf people need role models, people who will be able to, teach them in sign language, motivate them to, improve their skill and inspire them to be able to pursue data analysis, especially when it comes to teaching the deaf community. I've come to see the passion and the interest it brings towards the deaf community when they learn, and I feel proud about it. And I am very excited when I am coding in Python, and this has made me to learn new things, and I'm hoping to learn more.
Sees the project as a response to
22 as a response to bridging the economic gap with persons with disabilities, and our focus has been on the deaf community, which we have found to be conspicuously lacking behind in terms of about 86% of this current cohort as women, as against what we've been having in previous cohorts.
Since its inception in 2022, the Deaf in Tech project has trained nearly 1,000 deaf individuals, providing them with the skills and knowledge to thrive in the tech industry. Through these efforts, Data-Led Africa is not only empowering the deaf community, but also building a more inclusive and diverse tech industry in Nigeria. The Nation Survey report on disability in 2018 also revealed that there are 2 billion people living with disabilities worldwide, majority living in developing countries. Going by the UN report, 25.5 million are Nigerian living with disabilities, out of which 9.5 million are deaf Nigerians who deserve decent living conditions. The Vice President, Kashim Shettima, says the private of a president is during a meeting with a team from the Nigerian Economic Summit Group, NESG, ahead of the group's 30th Nigerian Economic Summit holding at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. He reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to fostering a strong partnership with the private sector to drive Nigeria's economic growth and industrialization. The Vice President said that the government's business policies and focus on improving key infrastructure, such as power, were designed of electricity in driving industrialization, noted that without power, there can be no industrialization. Jigawa subsidy program, with the state government covering 75% of costs associated with agricultural inputs. The initiative, according to the governor, aims to enhance wheat production and support food self-sufficiency in Nigeria.
Development Network Wheat Second Regional Summit in Abuja, Umar Namadi said his administration is doing everything possible to enhance the cultivation of wheat in the state to support food self-sufficiency. The Jigawa governor, who emphasized on the state commitment to expand wheat cultivation, said that plans were underway to scale up production to 100,000 hectares of farmland.
120,000 hectares was allocated to Nigeria, and out of that, 40,000 hectares were allocated to Jigawa State. So we are able to take up the challenge of the 40,000 hectares. And in addition, we also had another engagement with the flour mills of Nigeria, and we have done another engagement of 5,000 hectares. That will make us 45,000. And also, our farmers, those who are not able to get themselves into this program, about 10,000, they cultivated about 10,000 hectares. So in total, in Jigawa State, we did 55,000 hectares for wheat. And that is what has happened. And actually, with the support from the federal government, which will give us 50% subsidy, then we decided also to help our farmers, and we paid 75% of the remaining 50%. And the farmers were only asked to pay 25% and collect the input. That has encouraged more people to go into wheat production. And I think the result and the outcome was very good. And then the pricing was also very good. So at this time, we are aiming at 100,000 hectares.
He said that the state government also planned to double its engagement with the Flour Milling Association to increase the land dedicated to wheat cultivation.
It will also double our engagement with the flour mills of Nigeria. Instead of 5,000 hectares, we are going to do 10,000 hectares. So again, with other things, so roughly we are looking at 110 to 120,000 hectares this year. So seed production is very lucrative because you sell it at a premium price. So we are able to convince our youth to go into agriculture, especially the seed production. So that is what we are doing to local seed production, and we'll continue to multiply it. And then we come to the extent, like I said earlier, we will no longer go to anybody looking for seeds. It will have available.
In his remarks, the Commissioner for Agriculture and Irrigation Development, Cross River State, Mr. Johnson Eboko, said the state government had started the engagement using 100,000 hectares for the proof of concept and another 5,000 hectares for the first phase of commercialization. Eboko added that within a year, the state will be contributing significantly to the national wheat output.
We had already started the engagement for 5,000 hectares land from a community in Obanliko area of the Obudi axis of Cross River State. Like I had said earlier, that we are using 100 hectares for the proof of concept, and then we are using 5,000 hectares for the first phase of commercialization. Averagely, we should be using about 15 to 20,000 hectares of land for wheat development, but we want to take it in phases. In a year's time, Cross River will have been contributing significantly to the national wheat output.
Wheat is a cereal grain and one of the most common staple foods in Nigeria and other countries of the world. Wheat is usually grown in areas with a temperate climate condition. In Abuja, Nasiru Usman for Signature TV News.
The Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria has accused the refineries of ignoring oil marketers' call on direct lifting of its petrol. The president of the association, Abubakar Mai Gandhi, and the president of the Petroleum Products Retail Outlets Owners Association, Petran, Billy Geddes-Hari, disclosed this in separate interviews with newsmen. Mai Gandhi said all efforts put forward by IPMAN to meet with Dangote Refinery's management have not yielded results, and that marketers have not received any feedback from Dangote Refinery on direct sales of a product. He noted that there will be a reduction in the price of petrol, which currently goes between 950 and 1,200 per litre. Dangote Refinery agrees to sell the product directly to oil marketers. On its part, Geddes-Hari re-echoed Mai Gandhi's position on Dangote Refinery's refusal to sell its petrol directly to marketers, saying that despite attempts by petroleum marketers to have business discussions with Dangote Refinery, they have not received the green light. On September 15, Dangote Refinery announced the inaugural distribution of its petrol with NNPCL as a sole buyer after which it announced a fresh fuel price hike of between 950 naira and 1,100 naira per litre across its retail outlets. For more reports on Dangote Refinery, over now to a business desk.
The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPC) is terminating its exclusive purchase agreement with Dangote Refinery. Major implications of this development is that with NNPC no longer covering the differential between Dangote's selling price and the price to marketers, subsidies will cease to exist. Marketers will now buy directly from Dangote and sell at cost price, adding their own differential, which may lead to a hike in the fuel price. Earlier this month, Devakuma Edwin, Vice President at Dangote Industries Limited, confirmed that the refinery has begun processing petrol at a capacity of 650,000 barrels per day. However, the NNPC clarified that it was never the sole off-taker of all products from Dangote, allowing the refinery the freedom to sell to any marketer. While some major marketers were allowed to lift petrol under an agreement with NNPC, independent marketers remain excluded. This prompted the House of Representatives to urge the government to ensure independent marketers have access to the refinery. LinkedIn announced it will start using user data to train its artificial intelligence AI models from November 20th, 2024. Users from regions with strict data protection laws, specifically the European Economic Area, Switzerland, and the United Kingdom, are excluded. For others, LinkedIn has provided an opt-out option available in settings and privacy under data privacy. The updated user agreement also includes new provisions to integrate generative AI tools, aiming to help professionals expand their reach and build their personal brands. LinkedIn's focus remains on supporting users in enhancing visibility on the platform and beyond. African Center for Supply has urged Nigeria to increase export of bananas and plantains, noting last year's export value to the UK stood at $45,000. Despite the global banana market estimated at $140.84 billion, Nigeria's performance remains poor compared to Cameroon, which recorded a 15% increase in exports this August, totaling 16,105 tons. The United Kingdom represents a major market for Cameroon, contributing nearly 10 million euros to the nation's export revenue. Madu emphasized challenges such as poor quality and lack of an efficient cold chain affecting Nigeria's competitiveness. He highlighted the need to improve the cold chain and infrastructure to boost the export performance of Nigerian bananas. Nigeria's foreign reserves saw significant growth in September, reaching $38.4 billion, despite a 17.3% drop in the average Brent crude oil price to $71.70 per barrel. The decline in oil prices was driven by Saudi Arabia's plans to increase production and its decision to move away from the unofficial price target of $100 per barrel. In the currency market, analysts at Afrinvest West Africa reported varied performance for the Naira. In September, the Naira appreciated by 3.7% against the dollar at the NAFEM window, while it depreciated by 3.6% in the parallel market. China's stock market is set to reopen today following a week-long closure for the National Day holiday. This reopening is generating considerable excitement, driven by recent stimulus measures from the central bank and a surge in investor enthusiasm. To ensure a smooth trading experience upon reopening, the Shanghai Stock Exchange has implemented several preparatory measures. The exchange conducted a comprehensive test on Monday, October 7th to assess readiness following a prior test on September 29th. This surge in investor interest has translated into record-breaking account openings. According to Wang Yun, director of China Galaxy Securities in Shanghai, the number of new accounts opened during the holiday increased by 266.66% compared to the previous week, with inquiries rising 5 to 6 times. In anticipation of high trading volumes, the Shanghai Stock Exchange has adjusted its designated transaction declaration times to accommodate investor activity. These measures are aimed at maintaining order and efficiency as the market reopens. The positive sentiment surrounding the market was evident on the last trading day before the holiday, with the benchmark Shanghai Composite Index surging by 8.06% to close at 3,336.50 points, while the Shenzhen Component Index jumped by 10.67% to reach 10,529.76 points. At the close of the trading session on Monday, October 7th on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, a total of 308.7 million shares were traded in 10,420 deals, corresponding to a market value of over 5.5 billion naira. Compared to the previous trading day on October 4th, the figures indicate a 4% decline in volume and an 8% drop in turnover, with a 19% increase in the number of deals. The current market capitalization stands at 56.2 trillion naira. In total, 122 equities participated in the trading, ending with 27 gainers and 25 losers. Fidelity Bank led the gainers, appreciating by 10% to close at 14 naira 30 kobo per share. Following closely were Livestock Feeds and Associated Bus Company, both seeing a 9.76% increase, and Ella Lakes up by 8.44%. On the flip side, Triple G & Co. faced the largest decline with an end-of-day price drop of 54.73%, closing at 2 naira 25 kobo. Other notable losers included Regency Alliance Insurance at 39.02% and SCOA Nigeria down 10%. In terms of trading volume, United Bank for Africa led with 38.1 million shares, followed by Access Holdings at 23.4 million and Caverton Offshore Support Group with 21.6 million shares traded. The current NGX All-Share Index increased by 186.16 points, that's 0.19%, to close at 97,706.70. This reflects a 0.76% loss over the week, but a 30.67% gain year-to-date. And that's the news on Signature Business Morning. I am Thompson Natus.
The Democratic Republic of Congo has expanded its Mpox vaccination campaign, with health workers in North Kivu and South Kivu provinces receiving shots. Many at-risk individuals remain unvaccinated as the country battles to contain a widespread outbreak. The rollout follows Saturday's limited launch, where a small number of officials were vaccinated in Goma. Health officials said vaccination centers were established outside Goma in North Kivu and near Bukavu in South Kivu. According to the World Health Organization (WHO), Congo has reported over 30,000 suspected and confirmed Mpox cases since January, accounting for 90% of Africa's cases this year. 3 suspects accused of stealing millions of dollars worth of cash from President Cyril Ramaphosa's game farm in 2020 have appeared in a South African court after igniting a scandal that nearly toppled the president 2 years ago. Emanuela David, Indelenasio Joseph, and Floreniana Joseph faced charges including housebreaking and theft. The case was adjourned until November 26 at a regional court in Limpopo province. Bail was extended for the Joseph siblings arrested in November last year, while David was ordered to remain in custody. The affair, dubbed Farmgate, came to light when South Africa's former spy chief, Arthur Fraser, told police in June 2022 about the incident, accusing Ramaphosa of money laundering, corruption, and covering up a large theft of foreign currency.
a foreigner came in and bought these buffaloes apparently with cash. Those buffaloes have never been delivered to the person till today. Later on, the workers at the farm discovered that the money, this money was stored in the sofas. Apparently, the president himself apparently had advised that the money be kept safe, or at least certain buffaloes be sold. So which signaled that he was somehow involved in this. But it was kept in his lounge and stored in the sofa, in the couches. Whilst the banks were open to go and deposit this money, it never went to the banks. And the workers conducted some of their friends, some traveled from the Western Cape, some from Namibia, to come and steal this cash. And they stole the cash. They were not elected by anybody. So those are common criminals like any other criminal, and they should be in court. The real issue that is of interest to the public and the international investors is whether the state president is involved in illegal transactions at his farm or anywhere else. Whether the state president is avoiding the rule of law.
Ramaphosa, a wealthy businessman before becoming president, has denied any wrongdoing. In June 2023, the anti-corruption watchdog cleared him of a potential conflict of interest related to the money found inside a sofa on his Fala game farm. The scandal nearly cost Ramaphosa's leadership of the African National Congress ANC in late 2022, but he survived the challenge from other party members. Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump attended a remembrance event in Doral, Florida on Monday, where he blamed the current U.S. leadership for the Hamas attacks 1 year ago that sparked the war in Gaza. Trump said he was committed to reinforcing the ties between U.S. and Israel and repeated a phrase he has used over the past year: the October 7th attack would never have happened if I was president. Trump also mentioned the approaching Category 5 hurricane expected to make landfall in Florida, noting his decision to travel to Florida despite the impending storm. Hurricane Milton strengthened into a Category 5 storm on Monday, posing an immediate threat to Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula on its way to Florida, where the state ordered mass evacuations while still recovering from the devastation of Hurricane Helene.
October 7th was not just the deadliest day for the Jewish people since the Holocaust. It was not just the worst terror attack since 9/11. It was an attack on humanity itself. It was a hideous, incredible cruelty. It was chilling savagery. It was demonic delight and the destruction of innocent life. On October 7th, it seemed as if the gates of hell had sprung open and unleash their horrors onto the world, and that's exactly what happened. The bond between the United States and Israel is strong and enduring, and if and when, they say, when I'm president, I don't say that, I never say that, if and when I'm president of the United States, it will once again be stronger and closer than it ever was before. We have to win this election. If we don't win this election, there's tremendous consequence for everything. You know, I say that November 5th will be the most important day in the history of our country. I think it will also be the most important day in the history of Israel, if you want to know the truth. I believe that. I think you believe that too. And a lot of that has to do with the leadership of this country. This attack, that's true. We need leadership. The October 7th attack would never have happened if I was president. I can tell you. So here is my commitment to you on the solemn date. I will not allow the Jewish state to be threatened with destruction. I will not allow another Holocaust of the Jewish people. I will not allow a jihad to be waged on America or our allies. And I will support Israel's right to win its war on terror, and it has to win it fast. No matter what happens, it has to go fast.
Florida is preparing for its largest evacuation since 2017 as Hurricane Milton intensified in the Gulf of Mexico on its path towards the U.S. state's western coast, coming on the heels of devastating Hurricane Helene. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said additional resources have been allocated to remove debris from Hurricane Helene that poses an additional danger now that Hurricane Milton moves near the western Florida coast.
Hurricane Milton, when we were here yesterday morning, said this is a tropical storm, might become a hurricane yesterday, but probably by today, and it became a hurricane very quickly. And so not only is it a hurricane, it's already a major hurricane, and it's now a Category 4 hurricane with maximum sustained winds at 150 miles per hour. It is expected to make landfall on the west coast of Florida sometime between Wednesday evening or perhaps even very early on Thursday. This has gone slower than the projections were in terms of the how it's moving towards Florida. And if that continues, it's going to push back when landfall will happen. Of course, you can see impacts prior to the eye wall making landfall. We have made a pre-landfall declaration request to FEMA for support. So we do have a Category 4 hurricane. It is currently located 745 miles southwest of Tampa. It has not moved terribly quickly, but that obviously could change going forward. We had a lot of debris left from Hurricane Helene on Florida's Gulf Coast. That creates a huge hazard if you have a major hurricane hit in that area this week. So we've marshaled state assets to be able to help with that mission, and we're going to continue to do that until it's safe, until it's no longer safe to do so.
Please, if you're in the Tampa Bay area, you need to evacuate. If they have called for your evacuation order, I beg you, I implore you to evacuate. Drowning deaths due to storm surge are 100% preventable if you leave.
Kevin Guthrie, Director of Florida's Emergency Management Division, urged people in Tampa area to evacuate, warning drowning deaths due to storm surge are 100% preventable if they leave. According to NHC, Milton is located about 150 miles west of Progreso, Mexico, with maximum sustained winds of 150 miles per hour. North Carolina, Florida, and much of the South are still recovering from the massive destruction caused by Helene, which killed more than 200 people across 6 states, making it the deadliest named storm to hit the mainland U.S. since Hurricane Katrina killed nearly 1,400 people in 2005. U.S. scientists Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkun won the 2024 Nobel Prize in Medicine for the discovery of microRNA and its crucial role in how multicellular organisms grow and live. The Nobel Assembly said that the laureates discovered the new class of tiny RNA molecules which play a crucial role in gene regulation. The work helped explain how cells specialize and develop into different types, such as muscle and nerve cells, even though all the cells in an individual contain the same set of genes and instructions for growing and staying alive. Ambrose is a professor at the University of Massachusetts Medical School, while Ruvkun is a professor of Harvard Medical School and also affiliated with Massachusetts General Hospital in Boston. The winners of a prize for physiology of medicine are selected by the Nobel Assembly of Sweden's Karolinska Institute Medical University and receive a prize sum of $1.1 million.
The Nobel Assembly at Karolinska Institutet has today decided to award the 2024 Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine jointly to Victor Ambrose and Gary Ruvkun for the discovery of microRNA and its role in post-transcriptional gene regulation.
It's important to know because in many diseases the microRNAs are dysregulated. You can see it very clearly in many cancers, that the cancer take advantage of the fact that if it perturbs the microRNA networks, it can grow more easily and perhaps metastasize more easily. We do not yet have any drugs to treat this, but we can see that this is an avenue where drugs can be developed. Well, there can be practical applications when it comes to diagnosis, because some tumors have a specific way to manipulate the microRNA genes. It can also be that we can affect these perturbations. We're not there today yet.
That's the news this hour. I am Barry Kumo Ado, thanking you for watching.
before one is made a Chief Justice of the Federation, the appointment has to be sanctioned by the National Judicial Council. And for that to be done, the person has to be deemed to be qualified to occupy that position. For instance, there is a particular number of years, because in as much as it is conventional for the Chief Justice of the Federation to be appointed from the serving Justice of the Supreme Court, there is no law that also prohibits the president from even going outside the confines of the Justice of the Supreme Court to appoint a practicing lawyer. For instance, a practicing lawyer who has practiced law for at least up to 10 years in the country is also qualified to be a judge, in which case the president can go outside, you know, the shores of the already existing Justice of the Supreme Court to appoint. So if, for instance, the person you are trying to put forward is not qualified constitutionally to occupy that particular position, then that would be a ground upon which the Senate will say no, that you have forwarded this person's name for us to give our stamp of approval, but we will not do that. Secondly, prima facie, the candidate may be qualified, but there may be an allegation, a very fundamental allegation against that person. Let's say allegation bordering on corruption. If prima facie the allegation is weighty, then the Senate may say that based on public policy, that if you have the right to, you know, to put forward the name or names of candidates, as the case may be, who you want to occupy this particular position, that this particular individual whose name you have forwarded to us, that there are fundamental challenges that has bedeviled his candidacy based on social and so reports, let's say security reports, if there is a very, not just flimsy, there is a very cogent security report against the person sought to be made the Chief Justice of the Federation, based on that security report, the Senate can say, based on national interest, that we will not be given our approval, in as much as the president is given that powers to appoint whoever he wants to, subject to the fact that that appointment must be done in line with the Constitution. So it's not an open-ended power. And that's why the National Judicial Council is there to ensure that whoever may be put forward to occupy that position should be someone who is constitutionally qualified to occupy that position.
Over the years, the Nigerian judiciary has ruled in favor of citizens anytime their right to peaceful assembly was threatened or abridged. The courts have interpreted this right to peaceful assembly to include peaceful protests. As a matter of fact, the Nigerian Constitution, the United Nations declarations, and other regional, continental, and world charters recognize protest as undeniable rights of citizens under a democracy. It can be said, therefore, that democracy is abridged when right to protest is denied. But why is the right to protest a right under a democracy?
Not that court always give citizen right. The right is fundamental. The right is alienated. It is when that right is about to be taken, that's when the court will come. The right is so germane, is so fundamental for the fact that it is enshrined in the Constitution. That's why you see that chapter 4 of our Constitution is dedicated on such set of rights.
As much as the right to protest is needful under a democracy, that right could also undermine its own essence if it can be procured, induced, or manipulated. Protests draw the attention of the government to an issue, a situation, or a policy which the protesters consider inimical to their guaranteed interest or well-being. In other words, protest must emanate from an experience or a conviction that the issue being protested against threatens the interest or well-being of the protesters, including the national interest. Unfortunately, in Nigeria, protests are now for sale. Many people who join protests against a government policy, an offensive national or a political situation, or even court judgments hardly know what they are protesting against. The same is applicable to rallies in support of government actions or policies. All the organizers of a rally in support of or protest against any situation do is to rent a crowd of people
on Signature TV. This is the entertainment hour, and we're here to give you everything that has to do with entertainment. And of course, I'm your baby girl, Queen Walkunta. And I'm not doing this show alone today. I'm here with my co-host,
Layomi Adeyemi. Of course, how can you do this show without me? I don't know what you're saying, Seth. How do you want to do it without me? We have to do it together for them to really enjoy.
My God, why are you feeling yourself?
Please, by all means. I'm your co-host, yes. I'm the co-host for today, and they need to know my presence is seen.
All right, so get seated, get buzzed up, because we'll be giving you the most interesting and latest gist from the entertainment world. So our first story today is on Nigeria superstar Davido headlined the annual Worry Again comedy and music show, marking a significant reconciliation with businessman and former NFF president Amaju Pinnick. The two had previously been involved in a highly publicized debut over Davido's failure to perform at the 2023 edition of the event, which led Pinnick to sue the singer for 2 billion naira for allegedly breaching a contractual obligation. The disagreement escalated on social media, with Davido criticizing Pinnick for promoting the show using his image despite notifying him of his unavailability. However, both parties ultimately agreed to settle the matter out of court. In 2024, Worry Again comedy and music show held on October 6th featured an array of notable comedians, including hosts The Stalker and performances by artists such as Orishefemi Odumodu Black, Fave, Charlie Poppy, and Fino. Davido concluded the event with a powerful performance of his hits, including the Grammy-nominated single Unavailable from his acclaimed album Timeless. In a gesture of goodwill, Davido had previously invited Pinnick and his wife to his wedding, signaling a thaw in their relationship. This performance at Worry Again follows the recent launch of Davido's new athleisure collection and sneakers in collaboration with Puma, and he is also set to end 2024 on a high note with an upcoming collaboration with Jamaican star YG Marley. What do you think?
Yeah, I like peace. No, like I've said over and over again, I'm a peacemaker. Even though sometimes I like to show people some contradicting
part
views,
of you.
Yeah, part of a news or part of a an issue.
Yeah,
I still love peace, and I like the fact that he's showing peace. He's showing
yes,
that
yes.
And but this
you know the fact that after you sued him for not coming for the show, you still used his image
to
for the show. So like
that story again,
it's yes, but the fact that Davido is he's not a pride person. He's not a proud person. For him to actually want to make peace and not take the case to courts, in as much as he came socially to like backlash him on it, because bro, you actually sued me for 2 billion naira, and I'm still seeing my face as part of your
if you know that you want
performer
to sue me, do not
sue me and don't use my image for anything.
Yeah,
let's
you
do
can't
this
tell
thing.
me that some people did not go for that show because they thought he would be around. You understand?
So but I like the way Davido actually made peace. I like the way he made peace by inviting him to his wedding, and of course he featured in this year's Worry Again show, and I mean, thumbs up to Davido.
We love the peace. It's good that they didn't escalate, because at the end of the day, no one really gain anything. Because you would still have another show that you would want Davido
That's
to be
true.
in. Do you understand? So sometimes it's just better to like think.
And funny enough, Davido brings the vibe in most shows.
Yes. Yeah, of course. He brings the vibe, the crowd.
Yeah,
you can't have a top artist like Davido in a show and people would not turn up. You understand? So thinking of the fact that for future purposes and all, like you have other events that you want him there, and you don't want to lose such a connection for you to be able to invite Davido to your show. It's a kind of like connection that you don't want to lose. So I actually like the fact that
they're
choosing peace.
Yeah.
So in other news, Olalade Ayelabola, a student at the University of Lagos, UNILAG, has reportedly achieved a new Guinness World Record for the longest distance walked by a model. She completed a remarkable 130.62 kilometer catwalk, beginning her attempt on October 1st at the indoor sports event of Unilag. After reaching the initial 120 kilometer mark, Ayela Bola continued for an additional 10 kilometer, totaling 2,058 laps within the sports center. In an Instagram post, she shared that her official attempt aimed to showcase Nigerians' creativity and fashion industry to the world. She expressed that she is not working for herself alone, she's working for many models who have been limited by stereotypes and standards set by rigid systems. She's also working to showcase the creativity of Nigerian fashion industry. Ayela Bola's achievement is pending verification and confirmation by the Guinness World Record, and her record attempt follows the previous benchmark set by Roberta Brown and Lauren McCott, who walked 114.4 kilometers, known as 71.1 miles, in Dublin, Ireland, on September 21st, 1983. I really love the fact that Nigerians are coming into this like Guinness
World Record thing.
Like,
it's alarming, like catwalk as a Guinness World Record thing.
Now, yes,
bro, your leg will pain you.
Exactly. That's what I think. It's meant to be a challenge. That's what it's meant to be.
If it's a cooking challenge, yeah, you get. But like,
so
walking challenge.
When you are cooking, you don't think it's as stressful?
I know it's stressful, but like,
do you know the hours that he would have?
I know, but like, you know, you cannot stroll from here to a very long mile. Imagine catwalking.
I'm good at walking long distances. I have a bit of endurance for that, but I can't say I can walk the kilometers she did.
Exactly,
but I'm good at walking long distances. And people that run marathons, marathons are long. Do you understand? So running for a long distance, so it takes a set of strength. So even catwalking too takes.
I mean, guy, thumbs up to her, because doing that it takes a lot of energy and composure and steeze. Because if you see them on that runway,
yes, they're always. I love the caption when she posted on an Instagram. On her Instagram account, she was like, if they would not accept me in other runways, if you tell me I'm not good enough for your runway, I would make my own runway. Like, I'm just like,
it's giving boss lady vibes.
Honestly, like badass babe. And I really love the support that like people were giving her.
To her.
It's nice when you see people back you. You understand? You are trying to achieve a feat. They're not having a support for that feat you're trying to achieve. It's just great. Like, I really hope that Guinness World Record actually like look at this and she actually
gives her the award she deserves, because it's not easy. I mean, it's really not easy. I cannot do it.
So which Guinness World Record are you going to break? You have to break one
talking Guinness World Record. Yeah.
Okay.
Not that I'm a parrot too, but yes.
Don't worry, we'll go and check how many
if there's talking Guinness.
Yes. So that we know you can fit into. So we can even beg maybe our E-Vibes fans to join us and support Queenette on this.
Whatever we are going to be discussing, Abby.
No. You'll be talking alone. Do I plan to join in the talk? God,
I'm not. Anyways, I don't. Let's not go into that, Sha. Let's not go into that, because I'm not a mad person. Why will I be talking alone?
No, we can do world longest anchor. Anchoring session, like you anchor different programs. So you tell people that have different programs to come together. We're giving you guys ideas, right?
That's gonna take a lot, I swear.
Yeah, so you'll be anchoring programs for us, so like different programs.
Jesus Christ.
Anchoring.
None of them is easy, Sha. Yeah. None of them is easy, honestly.
Yeah. I big ups to people that take out time and say, okay,
for this Guinness World Record,
I want to really achieve something.
Honestly.
Yes.
Okay, so up next, Taylor Swift overtakes Rihanna to become world's richest female musician. So Taylor Swift has officially become the world's richest female musician. To become the world's richest female musician, boasting a staggering net worth of $1.6 billion as of October 7, 2024. According to Forbes, the milestone marks Swift as the first musician to achieve billionaire status solely from her music and performances, particularly fueled by the success of her sold-out Eras tour and the substantial value of her music catalog. Her financial breakdown reveals that approximately $600 million comes from royalties and touring, another $600 million from her music catalog, and about $125 million in real estate. Swift now ranks 2,117 naira on the Forbes list of billionaires, surpassing other icons, female artists such as Madonna, $850 million, Beyonce, $760 million, Celine Dion, $550 million, and Rihanna, who has a net worth of $1.4 billion and was previously the richest female musician. Rihanna's wealth was largely attributed to her successful Fenty Beauty line and Savage X Fenty Lingerie, with her peak net worth reaching $1.7 billion. With Swift's rise, she is now positioned as the second richest musician overall, following Jay-Z, who is valued at around $2.5 billion. I'm so proud of her. Honestly speaking,
it's
because
making me begin to rethink my life. I'm like, what's my net worth? What's my
don't
net
even
worth?
go there. Don't go there yet. Don't go there. Honestly, oh my God.
Can you see this, babe? You don't rate me, oh. You don't
No,
rate me,
not
oh.
that I don't rate you, but I'm so wowed.
Yes.
The second richest in the music industry after Jay-Z.
But I can actually believe it. Remember there was time we talked about Russians coming for
yes,
tour,
yes,
flying all the way,
yes.
and we know how much the ticket
cost,
was.
Yes.
So I am not surprised though.
I'm not surprised, but like I mean, a big congratulations,
yes, big congratulations
to her. She actually surpassed Rihanna. I'm even surprised she surpassed Celine Dion.
Yes. Like,
bro, she's the second. Oh Jesus! Thumbs up to the queen, man. Honestly, thumbs up to the
Taylor
queen.
Swift, you are doing a lot of things, and we see you. I still remember vibing to her songs when I was like younger.
Yeah.
I'm now seeing her achieving as much things as she's achieving right now. I'm just like, nice. So nice.
All the hard work is actually worth it. It's worth it. Like,
it's paying off. We
man.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, in the wake of a recent breakup, rapper DDG has spoken out about the social media backlash following the announcement of a split from actress Hailey Bailey, the mother of his child. During a recent episode of No Ordinary podcast, DDG emphasized that their separation is a natural part of life and reaffirmed his love for Ali. He stated that he had previously announced that he and Hailey had split up, right? And it is life, it happens, but she's still family and he loves her to death no matter what. Everything is still good. You never know what the future holds. Anything past that statement is no one's business, DDG says. He expresses frustration over the speculation surrounding their relationship and acknowledging that the various narratives being spun online. He stated that he had seen people create stories and timelines. Nobody was wrong in this situation. No one has come out to say he did this or she did that. He and Hailey are family and they are good and they're just taking a little break. No one knows what will happen in the future. DDG urged fans to respect their privacy. He concluded by reminding listeners that he doesn't know anything about their life and they don't know anything about he is, just a tiny bit that he has allowed them to. So when public figures give you a statement, take the statement and mind your business.
Drink water and mind your business. You know, I said this thing earlier on when we were together on the show that we have social media in-laws and trust social media in-laws with comments. Honestly, I like the fact that he came out and said it's none of your business.
Yes.
It's none of your business, whatever. And they've not even come out to say, oh, he did this to me or she did this to me. Yes, they're on a break or they're on a breakup. Mind your business. Don't come out saying things you don't even know what really happened between them and why they actually decided to go on their separate ways.
Now, let me be the bad cop. Let me advocate for the social media in-laws. We know how much they showed us about their love. Like, we saw the pictures, we saw the videos. Almost like for like 2 years now, they've been dating, and we've been seeing lovely pictures. You're now coming out to tell us that they've broken up. What do you want us to think about love? What kind of narrative about love
does it mean you, the social media in-laws, you people are looking at their relationship and looking up to your own relation, that, oh, this is the footstep we want to follow?
Not exactly, but we are saying that, so this is love. You understand? We are seeing the
He's
love.
telling you people to
like,
mind your business.
We're also seeing that they just gave birth. Please, they just gave birth to
there
their
could
son,
be a reason. There could be a reason.
11 months after, we are hearing that they are breaking up.
There could be a reason why they broke up, which they don't want to share to social media in-laws. Now he's telling you people to stop going online and making any comments about or giving reasons that is not even true about their breakup.
I get that, Sha.
So please, he's pleading with you. Please, stop it. Mind your business. Oga said mind your business. And wait for them to come out and like tell us what actually. Yes, the relationship was beautiful.
Yes,
it was very beautiful.
That in our screen.
Yeah, we know.
But
he said that is life. He told you that is life. Yes, people come and they go. Relationship comes and
they are
go.
not fighting. He says they are still family though.
Of course, now she has his child.
I hope I represented you guys well enough, because I'm also of the opinion that you should mind your business. Actually.
Okay, finally you said it.
I'm of the opinion mind your business, because it's their life. You understand? And like he said, no one knows tomorrow. No one knows the future. So it's very possible that they can still come back together.
Yes. I mean, that child is a bond.
Yes.
So let's hope for the best anyways.
Yeah, I really hope they come back together, actually.
Seems you love that couple so much.
I don't know. Yes. And I don't like it when a couple has a child and you now, like, leave the child and you're not together again. I don't like broken families.
Okay, sorry. Good. All right, so up next, do you know that Biden awarded Kingsley Okonkwo in a lifetime service? So, in a recent ceremony in Washington, D.C., President Joe Biden presented Kingsley Okonkwo with the Presidential Lifetime Service Award, honoring his dedication to strengthening family values and restoring relationships worldwide. This prestigious award given for a lifelong commitment to volunteer service highlights Okonkwo's significant impact alongside his wife, Mildred. Just days before the couple was recognized by the city of Austin for their contribution to family bonding, with council members Willie R. Davis praising their visionary approach and calling them beacons of hope for families globally. Over the past years, Kingsley and Mildred have traveled to over 30 cities, sharing practical insights to mend relationships. Their marriage has resonated across continents, making them well-known certified coaches in relationship counseling. For many Nigerians, this recognition symbolizes the border of influence of the diaspora. As the Okonkwo's continues their mission, there is great anticipation for their ongoing efforts to uplift families worldwide. I mean, if you're not listening to Mildred and Kingsley Okonkwo, who is your relationship therapist?
Honestly, because I love them. I love the way they approach relationships and marriages.
Honestly speaking, they make you understand. Even the Gen Zs that funny enough. Like, if you're that person that because of what you see on social media and how most people break up and get divorced, when you listen to this couple and when they talk about relationship and marriages, your mind will just switch.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking.
It will give you the narrative that they have still good relationships.
Yes, and marriages. And you can make it work.
Like, yes.
And you can make it work.
Exactly. Imagine you can make it work.
Imagine that this part of their life actually made Joe Biden to recognize them and give them an award. All of you that go
deserving, I would say.
Do you get?
Deserving.
If you're not listening to Kingsley Okonkwo and Mildred Okonkwo as your counselor or relationship therapist, I don't know whom else you're listening to, because it's not about the way they talk about it. they approach it with Bible verses.
Yes,
They make you understand that there's nothing that is going on now that is not even in the Bible. And it's not something that has not happened in the Bible. So they resonate it with what is actually happening currently.
Yeah. I really hope they succeed in this their mission to help families, because we just talked about a split up 2 seconds ago.
Do you get?
Like
the funniest part is that we keep talking about split up, Cardi B.
Breaking up. Thank you. It's been too much. It's been too much.
Honestly.
Really, I think a lot of us need to start listening to Kingsley Okonkwo and New Jersey.
Yes,
maybe we can get some balances. Even if you are single, I think it will help you to
they balance it.
know the kind of things you need to know before you
in your
enter
relationship. Yes.
Before you
get married.
And all. Yes. So in other news, another love story. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's romance took on a spooky twist as the NFL superstar and pop singer attend an annual Halloween event in Calabasas, represented in pumpkin carvings. The tribute to the couple was featured the night of the Jacks event at the King Gillette Ranch, which is known for showcasing familiar faces from sports and entertainment edged onto pumpkins. The event highlighted their relationship, which captivated fans worldwide. The detailed carvings captured Kelsey's full beards and Swift's flowing blonde hair, showcasing the artistry behind the festive tributes. Fans have embraced the couple incorporating their new romance into Halloween celebrations with themed decorations and costumes, making Trailer a trendy addition to the festivities.
Why did they call it Trailer instead of Taylor?
It's because of Travis now.
Yes.
Like Travis and Taylor.
Yes.
Trailer. I like the couple name. It's nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
But like, who even came up with that creative idea of carving their face in that pumpkin?
Yeah, it's someone thought of it and just like, okay, let's bring
it's
out
actually very beautiful, honestly.
Yes. It's a beautiful artwork. And we all know that we've been seeing Taylor Swift and Travis. They've not allowed us to rest well when it comes to.
Please, we don't want to
the
hear
preparing is a lot.
They break up or they're filing for divorce or anything.
There've been so much rumors, especially when she didn't attend his birthday parties. Like people were like, okay, maybe they're about to split up.
I told you online in-laws.
I really love the fact that Travis came out to say no. This is what happened. This is what happened. I'm like, thank God.
I told you online in-laws will always make you believe what you're not even supposed to believe.
I think sometimes even the opinions of these online in-laws kind of now even influence the relationship.
Yes.
Because
when you bring stories that it's not even something that happened, they will start thinking about it like,
maybe this happened, and
it escalates something that is not even supposed to be escalated. Maybe they're even having a fight and they want to keep it on a low.
Something like that now comes out.
Yeah, it's okay, good.
So online in-laws, we will not calm down. They're still together, they still love each other. And we've been hearing some rumors about an engagement. Who knows? But I think when it actually happens, obviously,
you online in-laws will still know.
So please calm down, calm down.
All right, so Cissy Houston, legendary singer and mother of Whitney Houston, dies at 91. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, this happened. So Cissy Houston, the